What's up, guys? How's it going? We got a quick little tutorial here on how to do a taper fade. Sorry I haven't been on in a while, but with a newborn, it is what it is. So I have my buddy here, and I'm gonna start off cutting the top of his hair. So I'm wetting it real fast, um, and make sure everywhere is saturated properly. Get the hair pretty wet, so this way it's easy to cut. I'm gonna use my shears of choice, Black Widow. Whatever you use. And here, I'm going to start back a little bit. I'm going to save that hairline, okay? So I'm going to come back about an inch and start chopping to length, sliding the hair in between my two fingers and then just cutting. So I'm just going one finger's length for the top of the hair, and I'm going to work my way around the head. So, I'm just basically laying the foundation for the fade. Now it's going to be a 1 on the sides for the fade portion. I'm going to make my guideline, and it's going to be a medium fade, which means the starting guideline is in the middle of the head. So, I'm cutting right through and I'm working my way around, and I'm just connecting it. Now, this haircut is going to be done with fast feeds and magic clips because I recorded the same cut 2 different days because I lost footage. But here I'm using my number 4, and I'm trying to, cut that hair on the sides down so this way I know what size it's going to be. So 4 is a good starting point, and I'm just coming straight up and out. And, the difference between the top and the 4, I'll get later. I'll fade later. Now I got my 3 guard, and I'm coming just under the number 4. Both guards were closed, okay? I'm not going to open up any guards here unless it's the number 1 guard. So now I'm throwing on the 2. I'm going to come up just a little bit lower, all right? And then a 3. I'm pretty much just over an inch higher than the 1 guideline, which I put in first, the hard line that you can see on the bottom of there. Now, once I'm done, I'm going to put my 1 guard on, open it, and come up about an inch, just under the number 2. So it's going to make a line because the 1 open into the 2 just doesn't blend perfectly. It is what it is. But I'm going to close it halfway, try to knock out that first initial guideline, and then I'll blend the 1.5 into the 2 using 1.5 blending guard, which is pretty much equal to a 3/16. So it catches just in between a 2 and a 1 guard. Now I'm just now this one you could adjust. Adjust what you need really. I don't adjust the 2 and up, but I adjust anything below a 2, which would be this guard and the other blending guard and the 1. You do what you need to erase any line that's there. So I'm just opening and closing. Now here I got my new blackout trimmers. I love them. Sharp. They've been adjusted to 0 gap, and the blades also been sharpened. So they're cutting pretty good. But I'm going to come in, I'm going to do my taper guideline, and then I'm going to flip it over, cut the hair a little shorter. I'm going to come in with my fast feeds with a ceramic blade. These things are beasts. And I'm going to open the blade and come up and try to blend into the 1. And in this case, it's not going to blend perfectly. You need the 1/16 blending guard. Open to close to blend that little bit of a line out. It's just a hair of a line, very minuscule. It's very easy work to get that out. So just start hacking away at it. You're probably going to use the 1/16 midway to close to get that out. But once you're done, take it off, close your clipper halfway, start blending down. I go from halfway to almost fully close to fully close. I do those 3 steps. So now I'm fully closed here. After I'm done doing those steps, I adjust it a little bit here and there and try to make sure everything's nice and clean. So you'll see me using that lever to really, really get down with the fading and make it look as clean as possible. And just like I say every single tutorial, when you're done blending, shape it up and then get back to blending because it'll show you your problem areas. And watch how sharp these bad boys are. I love them. And it's nothing special done to them. There's no hair fibers on this cut. It's just good set pair of trimmers and they're sharpened. So that's pretty much what it is. So that left side's done. I'm just gonna come around the back. You don't have to do the shape up now. You can do it later, but right now I'm doing it now just because that's just how I feel. So I'm cleaning the rest of the hair with the back of the trimmer so I don't scratch this dude's neck because your neck is kind of, sensitive to that stuff like that. You don't want to be rubbing it too much with that blade. So you're going to repeat all those steps on the other side. What do you know? So I got the open clipper, come up just around the temple area. Use that 1/16 blending guard. And these are, Andy's magnetic blending guards. start hacking away at that one line and blend it into the open blade, you know. It's good to finally get a tutorial out. It's been a while because of the newborn. So, but here, again, close it halfway, hit a little bit, close it almost all the way, hit it some more, close it fully, try to get the rest out. When you're done with that, you'll have little spots here and there, and which is why I always go over it. It might look pretty decent on camera, but in real life, it's actually pretty bad when I'm fully done with the closed blade. When it's closed, I really do have to go over it because there are plenty of little imperfections here and there. Same thing. Now I'm back at it with the shape up, and when you have your trimmers, you know, set up real sharp, you got to be very careful and very light when you're actually doing a shape up because you don't want to be scratching people, especially kids. You know, you got to be careful with kids. So I'm making a nice little curve, you know, as natural as possible, nothing too crazy. And if you look at the back of his head, he has a little bit of a bump out. Now, some people are going to have that, and that's going to make the fade look a little different, like if you didn't blend the hair. But you got to remember, if there's a bump on someone's head, it's going to move hairs in different directions that they're going to be next to unfadeable. You know, you're going to just try to do your best and make it happen. And I can guarantee you, in the real barber world, none of this Instagram crap. In the real barber world, things like that are going to happen. You just got to know how to approach them, all right? So I'm in the back. I made my guideline. Now I'm going to actually do the back with my magic clips because, again, I recorded this in two different days, and I got two different clippers. So you already seen what the Austers are going to do. Magic clips are open to make that guideline. Now I'm going to grab my 1/16. It's the same steps as the side temples, all right? 1/16, open to close. Do what you got to do to knock that line out, all right? Remember, if you can't get that line out using this guard closed, it doesn't matter because you didn't put it in with this guard. You put it in with the open blade. That's how you're going to fully take it out, is with the open blade, okay? Remember, that's for any kind of guard. Typically, that's how you would take it out, is by using it again. So that's actually a huge tip that I probably could have learned when I first started because, you know, it'll save you a lot of time. Clipper's half closed, and now it's almost fully closed. And then I'll have one more step where it's fully closed, and I'll try to knock out that bottom line. All right, and you can see very quickly, it looks pretty good. Some of you might think it's great, but, you know, me, I see little imperfections, so I'm going to go back there and knock down whatever I need to make it worthy of something I would want to wear. And now we're good. So here I got some texturizers. I learned to call them texturizers and not thinning shears because when you're cutting men's hair and you're going to say, hey, I'm going to use a thinning shears, you know, some people don't want to hear thinning, especially if they're balding. They're texturizers. So I'm just kind of blending that number 4 into the top of the hair. And these texturizers do a perfect job because it doesn't exactly cut every hair, but it cuts, you know, it kind of blends because it doesn't cut every single hair. So it blends a little easier. This is for the shape up. Tresemme, or however you want to say it. Number 3, fine, you know, it's like a fine mist. This was from Van the Goat, and I used it on my last tutorial. Works very good. So here I'm just going to blow dry it into the hair, trying to lay it down as flat as I can. And the heat from this blow dryer will change the composition of the hair. It's going to lay as flat as it can, ever really. So I'm going to go in there with my trimmers, which, again, you really do need a sharp pair of trimmers if you're going to be shaping up hair on somebody who's got a bad hairline. They want it to kind of overlap and hang down to make it look like they have a better hairline when they really don't, but it's the illusion. So anyways, I'm just hacking in there, and I'm starting from the center, and I'm working my way straight out. As you can see, my shirt color changed. It's all magic. But, you know, come to the corners, square them up real nice, natural. You see how easy that kind of went in? That was nice and sharp. Clean up the forehead. Hit up the other side real quick. As you can see, I'm combing the hair towards the forehead because, you know, if you don't want any hairs overlapping later on. So, you comb them into, cut them up, then they're gone. You're good. Here I am blending this side in a little bit better. And this guy, you know, he took a pretty good transformation from beginning to end. He gets a haircut every, like, once a month or month and a half. So the haircuts look really good on him from, you know, start to finish. But pretty much just finishing touches from here on out. I forgot to record the razor. but it's one of those things where it is what it is. And here we have the final product. We'll spin them around real quick. Everything comes out nice, clean, nice and even. You got a little bit of the ridge on top, but you know, everything looks pretty much perfect other than that. So hopefully you guys like, comment, share, please. Peace.